Hello and welcome to today's video. We are here for episode number 9. Okay, so we're here for episode number 9 and we're coming off of a nice win at Sonoma, leading 6 of the 7 laps that were completed in that race, as the last lap ended with a caution. Now we come to Daytona, where we had a bad start to the season. A bad start to the season that caused bad vibes to keep going forward, I really think. The settings got messed up in the race from the previous, from it being 2017 update. I didn't fix it. I didn't realize it was a problem, and thus the season started off bad with only doing 4 laps at Daytona. There's no way we're going to recover from last place. So here we are now. I'm not sure how many we'll do. Probably like 8 or 12 laps probably here of Daytona. Because in the last video you guys did not see, I changed the percentage of race from... what did I change it from? 13 to 7%. Just so it seemed like the race was a lot longer than it should have been. So I really shortened them up a little bit. Make them better for myself, so that way I'm not like here doing laps, especially a big track like this. The Talladega race that I won was a real grind to get that win. It really was a grind to get that win. Because, I mean, my finger hurt so bad after that because I had to keep holding that. Because of doing 2 qualifying laps and then 18 laps of that track and not really getting a break. Definitely going to be a problem. Definitely going to be a problem. Definitely going to be a problem. In the last video, I made a lot of memes about Ford sponsoring the channel. It's a joke. But I did follow them on Twitter after I said, like I said I would. After that video, I'd follow them on Twitter, so go check that out, guys. See that I followed them on Twitter. I told you I'd do it. I'm just real like that. Like, just let me do what I do. You know what I mean? Like... 36? Are you serious? That's still a bad starting spot. And I'm on the outside. Not what I wanted. To start on the outside? No. You're gonna need to chill, guy. So there's 11 laps of this race. I did say that there'd be either 8 or 12, and I was 1 off from 12. That was super risky. You should not be going 4 wide here at Daytona. Especially on a turn, no thank you. You might have moved up the other way just in time for me to get to go by him. I should have probably pulled into line there, but I'm going to go with the line that I can get in. That seemed to be going faster was the high side. Obviously, Eric Jones thought otherwise, but we will be driving that car next season. We'll be driving that number 77 Toyota of Eric Jones. For now, we got to focus on the mission of driving this Ford to the front of this field. Here we go. I finally got to the bottom of the track where I wanted to be all along. I was able to chip away at cars on the high side, but Now I got that bottom side of the track. Really going to help me make them passes. Obviously, technically, passing below the yellow line isn't allowed, but do I care? Nah. Come on, we need to get further than where we're at. Holy shit, that was a risky move by Matt Kenseth. He cut down and cut off all my momentum, which is obviously going to hurt me there. And Allmendinger trying to spin me out. Oh, man. I managed to get through that one. I hit into a car a little bit. And set off a little bit of a wreck. There's 5 laps to go. 7 laps on fuel. We're good to the finish here, guys. We're good to the finish. We're good to the finish of this one. Chris Buescher coming up from behind here. But Austin Dillon back there trying to make you run here at Daytona. But we're going to be working on staying ahead of that group for the rest of this race. Especially obviously not needed to pit there. Really helped out because we were good on fuel, obviously. And we don't need tires at Daytona. We don't need new tires. It doesn't really matter here so much. Obviously, if you're really racing at Daytona, it's going to matter a little bit over time. But we're doing 11 laps. It's not really going to matter. Imagine if each race I did was a full-length race. With the actual simulated amount of tire wear, not 4 times. If it was on one time, so that's just normal. That would be insane. Okay, so there we go. Lap 9 of 11 here. 2 to go. 3 to go? 3 to go. Yeah, 3 to go. Working ourselves out to a little less than a second lead over Denny Hamlin. We are currently tied with Kyle Busch for the most wins in the season. We're looking to become the sole leader of the wins in a season record thing. For the victory here that could seal the lead heading into the chase that we want. We're trying to pick it up now in this season. The last couple of videos we've gotten wins in. It's feeling good. Obviously, I don't want to say anything yet because there's still a lap to go. I could make a mistake and go into the apron and spin out or misjudge the turn and crash into the wall. But in general, here I am on the last lap at Daytona looking for win number 4 on the season to take sole position of first place on the season. First in points, of course, and first on the chase grid. Off of turn 4. To victory. There we go, guys. Win number 4 on the season. 2 wins in a row. Feels pretty good to get 2 wins off in a row. Obviously, we didn't have that all season, so that's pretty exciting. Of course, our first now on everything. And we have now achieved 41 wins in our NASCAR Heat Series. And we have now tied Season 4 for wins in the regular season, with 4 as well. And we're only 1 away from catching Season 1, which had 5. So here you go, heading to Kentucky now. Okay, so I want to close that app on my phone that I keep the record of this on, because I had it open during a lot of the first races that we lost. Did they redo Kentucky in this part now? It looks like this is the redo of Kentucky. I may be wrong, but it definitely seems different than Kentucky was before. I might be wrong, because I don't race Kentucky that often, but I actually like the uniqueness of this track. It's very boring to watch actual Kentucky races. But it's definitely a unique track to race. Not a good qualifying position, personally not happy with it, but I gotta live with that qualifying position here. Bad start there for the car in lap 1. We gotta just work our way to the front. We can do it. 15 laps on fuel. Nothing really to worry about yet. And if we end up getting a caution at some point, it won't be something to worry about at all. But for now, I'm just trying to drive to the front here. Hit Allmendinger out of my way a little bit there. Not obviously trying to have an issue here, but sometimes issues arise. Here you go, lap 3 of 19. can we get a win at Kentucky? I know I said in the last episode that I wanted to win Kentucky, because I don't believe we've won Kentucky on this series. It's been a pretty bad track for us. So here we go. Let's try to capture a Kentucky win. Oh no. Denny Hamlin's going up the track here very badly. That was a great lap. Okay, so here we go. Lap 5 of 19 is complete. We're going to have to pit. It's time for some strategy. Give me a couple laps and I'm going to think of something real good here. How far behind are we? 2.5 seconds. We got an opportunity to win here. I really feel like we do. I just don't want to get a speeding penalty. If we get... just half a can of fuel... or 1 can of fuel, not 2. Actually, the cans of fuel you take doesn't matter. What matters is the tires. Dumbass. So here we go. We should be 1 lap down. Wow. We just need to race very conservative around these other cars. We don't want to go doing something super crazy and get into a wreck. Obviously, we got the new tires, we got to go, but don't just weave around all these cars and do some crazy shit. Just race it normal. And you should be fine. That was a really risky corner for me, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know how that car was going to enter the corner there. If I'm honest, I'm kind of worried about my strategy choice. Like, obviously I took it, I got to accept it, but there's 8 laps to go. Cars are going to pit with only a couple laps left. And I'm genuinely worried. Of course, I said 8 laps to go, but there's 9 for me because I'm a lap down still. That was scary. I bumped into the back of the car. I bumped into the Danica Patrick, and I did not want to do that. Because I don't expect the other cars to pit right away. I really don't. I expect them to pit with like 5 to go, 4 to go. We just have to hope that we were able to make up 2 seconds by them going really slow on the bottom of the track and us not. That's where the race is going to be won or lost. Okay, car just did enter pit road down there. Please save it. Okay, good. Cars are pitting now. Holy shit. That Paul Menard incident was too much. I hit him sideways. He was spinning around. Oh my god. Thought he was going to go up the track and crash. He came down and hit into another car. So Keselowski is behind me. But is he a lap down? I believe he might be. Am I really going to pan out this far behind? Can't be. Okay, I was about to say.